Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is us talking about Lisa Vanderpump slamming Lisa Rinna and Kyle Richards, and you guys know me on here. It wasn't exactly a conspiracy theory, but it was an insight that I had about both Mauricio Umansky and Harry Hamlin, and how Lisa Vanderpump was actually able to slay it better than both of them. She surpassed them, in my personal opinion. I'm going to break it down. And then I also want to show you guys Lisa Rinna wearing boxers and a bra at the Lakers game, looking like a hot mess. Like, we thought Kyle's body was a mess. Wait until you see Lisa Rinna's. But before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a Kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. Join our newsletter. You get a free self-love guide. Check out our books, podcasts, courses, and more. So with that, let's dive right on in. So what do you guys want to start with? Put it in the chat box. Do you want to start with Lisa Vanderpump or do you want to start with Lisa Rinna? Dun, 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 dun. So put it in the chat box. Which story do you guys want me to start with? And while you're doing that, be sure to like the video, put it down, and whoever comes up with something first, Hey, Pam. Yes, this has started and we are here. So put it down below, you guys. Which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with Lisa Rinna or do you want to start with Lisa Vanderpump? I'm going to let you guys decide. Put it down. But if you don't decide, then I'm going to dive right in. Dun, 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 dun. All right, going once, going twice. We will just start with Lisa Vanderpump. So this is according to Reality Blurb, and it says Lisa Vanderpump admits there's a chance she will return to rhobh. Oh, good thing Liz says Vanderpump. All right, here we go. It says there is a good chance she'll return to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, talks Rinna's exit, and possible Kyle reconciliation. Plus, she explains Sutton pick and admits she, quote, cried for Lala. So we'll go through the article, we'll break it down, and then I also have the clip so we can watch that as well. Okay, let's go. Yay, here we go. All right, so Lisa Vanderpump is saying never say never when it comes to making a potential return to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and revealing there's, quote, something that could get her back. Side note, I have always said this. I never believed ever that Lisa Vanderpump was 100% against coming back to Beverly Hills. And I'll tell you why. One, she was the queen, and she's still the queen. She's still the HBIC. And two, even though, she didn't go to the reunion and it was a really tough emotionally season for her because she was being bullied, I don't think she felt like she left on her own terms, if that makes sense. Usually, if you don't go to the reunion, you're not going to come back the next season. Allegedly, they say that. That's never been proven. And she obviously didn't go to the reunion, but I think there's still unfinished business there for her, particularly when it comes to Kyle and Dorit. Kyle first, and then Ding Dong Dorit. And then the other reasons why I thought she would come back is because I think this season of Vanderpump Rules will be good, and we're gonna cover it on the channel. I posted a little question quiz about it, so we're gonna do Vanderpump Rules. I think we'll do episode 1 tomorrow. But I think that if this season of Vanderpump Rules doesn't really bring it and they end up getting canceled, I think Lisa Vanderpump would definitely come back to Beverly Hills. So I think she'll be back in some capacity. I bet you this season, if she's not a full-time diamond holder, then she's definitely going to make some sort of cameo. I'm guessing either with Kathy and or Garcelle. I don't think she would ever be a, quote, friend of. I don't think that's her style. But I see her making some type of dramatic cameo at some important time if she doesn't come back full time. Let's keep going. She says, before Before opening up about the support she gave Lala Kent amid her custody drama with ex-fiance Randall Emmett, Vanderpump reacted to the possibility of returning, addressed Lisa Rinna's recent exit from the show, revealed how she ended up with Sutton Stracke in Paris, and more. Of course, there's always something that can get me back, Vanderpump confirmed on the February 8th episode of E! News. Side note, I have this clip, so we will be watching it. Okay. I've always said I'll never say never, but I'm so busy right now with opening a new restaurant too in Vegas. Now I'm doing another too, so it's like I really have a full-time job already. After admitting she wasn't shocked that Lisa Rinna left the show because my ear was very close to the ground, Vanderpump addressed her ongoing feud with former friend Kyle Richards, admitting that she is unsure about a future reconciliation. I don't know about that. It would take a little bit, she noted. While Vanderpump and Kyle have remained estranged in the years that followed their season 9, quote, puppygate falling out, Vanderpump has grown close to Garcelle Beauvais and recently spent time with Sutton in France. I was in Paris just coincidentally at the same time as her, and we have a mutual friend. Listen, I'm very close with Garcelle. I love Garcelle. Her son works. You see him on the show. I think she's a really good woman. She sees things the way I do and reacts to things as they're happening rather than preconceived ideas. And she says that Sutton is a lovely woman, so I was happy to meet with her, Vanderpump explained. Side note, Vanderpump pretty much just big upped Garcelle as she's now the HBIC. Like, obviously, we all knew that. But the fact that Lisa Vanderpump said, yeah, I hung out with Sutton because Garcelle said she was cool. You know, Garcelle was the one who co-signed her. That's huge. Go, Garcelle. You go, girl. She then addressed the new season of Vanderpump Rules. It was a very different season, I have to say, especially to last year. I didn't like last year. It was felt much stiffer because of the pandemic regulations, and everybody felt a little kind of inhabited. But this year, she shared, it really gets going straight away. Side note, Lisa Vanderpump, I love you. However, that is a bold-faced lie. Let's call a thing. The reason why Vanderpump Rules sucked last season is because the season before that also completely sucked. They brought on like this new girl Dana, this new girl Charlie who's back, and then this guy Max and this other guy, all these new faces that were just unnecessary, too many people. We were not invested in them. And then also the season before this one sucked because, be honest, Stassi and Kristen Doty both got fired for racism, and Jax Taylor and his wife Britney, whatever her name is, Britney Spears. Her name's also Britney though. They also got fired, but yet they like to say they left the show on their own accord. Yeah, right. You got fired. You know you needed the money. Jax is in trouble with the IRS for not paying his taxes. It's a whole hot mess. So Lisa Vanderpump, I love you, but the show didn't suck because of pandemic regulations. The show sucked because the season prior, you hired too many people, too many storylines, and then after that, 4 people got fired for racism. Okay, call a thing a thing. But let's keep going. And we'll talk about all of that when we do our Vanderpump Rules recap, okay? We're going to get into all of it because it's a lot. And another side note, and we'll talk about this when we do Vanderpump Rules, and I want to plant this seed in your head. What do you think about Lala Kent's response to Randall and all the stuff he has going on versus Erica Jane's response to Tom Girardi and everything he has going on? They have very different responses, you know, for 2 women who both have been very vocal about marrying for money. 2 women who are both on these reality shows, and both of their spouses or fiancés and husbands have been called out for fraud, for being con men, essentially, you know. We all know Tom Girardi was running a Ponzi scheme basically in the California court system and his law firm, and Randall Emmett was basically running a very similar Ponzi scheme in Hollywood. You know, he's being sued left and right. I think it was about $20 million, something ridiculous that he squandered, and his investors and all of that stuff. And then there's also even darker stuff about Randall coming out. We'll get into all of that stuff when we do Vanderpump Rules. But I just want to plant that seed with you guys. I want you to think about, because when I was watching this season, I was like, oh, Lala Ken is kind of the Erica Jane of Beverly Hills with everything going on. And then I started to think about their responses, how they're responding differently, and the real reason why I think they're responding differently. Because I think if there was a couple of things different about Randall, I actually think Lala would be exactly like Erica. And actually, if I think a couple things were different, I think Erica would be exactly like Lala. But we're going to get into it. But I want to plant that seed with you guys. All right, let's get going. There were a very different set of problems. And with this group, they're always so open and sharing everything. But it was kind of a more grown-up version of Vanderpump Rules, because we were talking about divorce and selling assets and starting businesses before it was you slept with my boyfriend. Vanderpump continued. All right, now, dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Let's just go right into watching the clip, okay? Now, when you watch the clip of her interview, and this is Lisa Vanderpump talking to E! News, I want you guys to think about, what does Lisa Vanderpump do in this interview that Mauricio Umansky and Harry Hamlin have both failed to do? One, I think Lisa Vanderpump does it because she can. But I want to see if you guys catch it, okay? So let me pull it up. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I miss Lisa Vanderpump. I love her. But did you guys, a couple of things. One, love her. Two, I love how she continues to shade Kyle and Rinna. She was like, yeah, I knew Rinna was going to go because basically my ears to the ground and everybody told me she was going to get fired. That was like a wink nudge. I also love how she's basically like, no reconciliation with Kyle, when Kyle's on Instagram being thirsty like she always is and is doing the most. Remember when Kyle was posting those stories and she was like tagging Lisa and was like, oh, like throwback to season 9. And it was like Lisa and Ken, Todd, and her and Mauricio and all of that stuff. Girl, bye. Your ex is an ex for a reason. She doesn't want you back. Leave her alone. But I would love Lisa Vanderpump, Garcelle, and Sutton. I think that would be such a fun, dynamic, great group and just really stick it to everybody else. Now, did you catch what Lisa Vanderpump was able to do that Mauricio and Harry Hamlin have not? So if you're a candy cane and you've been with me and you've been listening, I always say this. Mauricio, Umansky, and Harriet Hamlin, both of them, every time they are out in the media promoting, quote, their projects, whether it's, buying Beverly Hills, which pretty much flopped at Netflix, whether it is, Harry's Mayfair Witches and 80 for Brady, during all of their media tours, honestly, the only thing they're really talking about is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's all anybody wants to talk about. And they'll milk it and milk it and milk it and lie and deny and all of that stuff because they know that gives them more relevancy. I loved how in this interview, Lisa Vanderpump said, it's not about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tonight. It's about Vanderpump Rules. I've never heard Mauricio or Harry, when they're out doing their media tours with basically Bravo-backed media, because I don't think anybody else is really checking for them like that, I've never heard them say, you know what, it's about buying Beverly Hills. It's not about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Tonight's really about 80 for Brady and Mayfair Witches, not about, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. No, they're talking about it. They're saying, oh, Vanderpump's the meanest and the rudest. Oh, Rinna left because of Sutton. Just all these BS. Kyle's amazing. She's so great. Kathy's horrible. Like, they're just milking all the BS stuff for their own projects. And Lisa was like, ahem. Do you see the step and repeat? It says Vanderpump Rules, not Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I was like, yes, Lisa, yes. Because Mauricio and Harry, neither of them have ever done that. They've never been like, let's bring the subject back to the actual reason why we're here today, which is my BS project that nobody's watching or cares about. Boom. Okay. Now, yes. I want to know what you guys think. We're about to move to the Lisa Rinna story that I have about her in her bra and boxers. This is a trigger warning because it's very disturbing. But before we do that, and stick around my candy canes because I'm going to take your candy cane questions and comments. But before we do that, I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Lisa Vanderpump shading the hell out of Lisa Rinna and out of Kyle? What do you think about her basically hinting her return? Do you think this means she actually is going to surprise and like turn up full time this season or do like a really fun cameo? What do you guys think? Also, what do you think about her and Garcelle and Sutton being like the new trio? I'm here for it. I would absolutely love it. Put it down below. And also, what do you think about Vanderpump being, G enough, queen enough to say tonight's about my stuff, not about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Put it down below. And before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a Kiki is always better for the community. Check out the description box down below and join our newsletter. It is 100% for free, and check out everything else down there. So with that, let's dive in.